Ready.
Hey guys, it's RicoR. What's up? So this is my little Logic Basics tutorial that I thought I'd make for you guys. If you guys don't know, I am a musical artist. I'm a solo recording artist, and I have all my stuff out on streaming on YouTube, Bandcamp, SoundCloud, all the places. And one big signature of mine is that I use Logic a heck of a lot. I also release drum covers. If you check out my YouTube channel, RicoR Lessons, I have drum covers out there and beatbox covers and drum and beatbox tutorials and whatnot. And I use Logic. So for me, recording is a huge part of my life. It's just something I do every day. DIY workflow is something that I've become incredibly accustomed with. If you listen to my music, a big signature of it is that I record DIY, which I know a lot of people prefer going to the studio. I love DIY recording, so all my songs at time of recording and in the future are all DIY for my RicoR solo project. So I just wanted to say that right off the bat. For me, recording's really fun. I really enjoy it. And yeah, my DAW that I use is this guy right here. So Logic Pro. So if you don't know Logic Pro, it's really, really cool. It unfortunately only works with Mac and Apple users. If you're not a Mac and Apple user, then it's not going to work for you. But if you want to check it out, I highly recommend getting an Apple and checking it out. It has a lot of really, really cool features. It's a super practical app and software, and you can do a lot of stuff with it. And I've kind of taught myself over the years. So today I just thought I'd give you guys a little bit of a basic tutorial for Logic. For those of you who either need to brush up on your Logic skills, or if you're brand new to Logic and you want to check it out and you don't know what it's like, then you can tune in as well. This is coming from someone who does a lot of recording and knows Logic pretty well. I just thought I'd give you guys a little bit of a spin. So right off the bat, we are here. I'm actually gonna move this over. We are right here at the home window for a Logic project. So right off the bat, the way that you get to a Logic project, the way that you open a Logic project is by clicking this guy right here. This guy is the Logic icon. If you'll let me zoom in here, you'll see it's the Logic icon. It looks like that. It's called Logic Pro. You can find that on the App Store. It's the Logic icon looks like that. So it's gonna start with that. So you have to download that little guy. Then, once you open or once you have the app, the first thing that you'll see is these little tabs up here. So you're gonna hit the File tab right here, and you're gonna hit the New or New from Template. Either of these will work. Let me actually turn the light off so you can see what's better. Yeah, I'll just keep the light on. So New or New from Template. Those are the easiest. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna turn it off. You can see the light's still kind of getting in the center here, but that's okay. But anyway, yeah, so New or New from Template, those are the two ways that you can open up a new project. When you do that, it's going to lead you directly to a window that's going to look like this, minus this file. So let's see that I actually added this file in there, but it's going to be minus this file, so it's just going to be a blank slate. I put this file in here, so I have a file, for the sake of having a file, but so I can show you guys stuff, but when you start a new project, it's going to look like this without the file. So that's the first thing. So next, I'm going to show you kind of the basic kind of control panel in Logic, which is your mixer. And you'll see with Logic, a lot of it is really keyboard work. It's all based on the keyboard, so I'm actually going to move this back so you can see my keyboard right here. So I have the regular Mac laptop here. And what you're going to do in order to get to the mixer is a lot of like keys and stuff in Logic are going to be shortcuts. So in order to get to the mixer, you're going to go to the X right here. So you're going to hit X, and then that's going to take you to your mixer right there. Okay, so I'm in the mixer here. So first thing you'll see is I already have an EQ loaded up here. Basically, each of these little panels are going to be your EQ panels. In order to load EQ, all you have to do is hit one of these boxes here. So if I want to load an EQ, say on my stereo out, then I'm just going to hit this guy right here. I'm going to load that box right there. Next, you can also load this box right here for your EQ. So those are ways to load your EQ right there. Right off the bat, in terms of like formality stuff, one thing that you should know if you're not aware is if you're working on a project that you're going to release on streaming services, then a really important thing is to set your level meter and your limiter. You're always going to set those because it's going to bring your mix to the commercial level at negative 14 dB, negative 14 decibels. That's really important because that is the appropriate level for streaming services, for the radio, for anything that's official and professionally mastering platform out there. You're going to need that number. So in order to get to your level meter and your limiter, you're going to go right underneath here where my mouse is. I'm actually going to zoom in here. So you'll see right where my mouse is right here under the channel EQ. I'm going to hit this guy. And this is just my little place to get to other things. So I have my channel EQ set. I'm going to hit right underneath that. It says level meter right here. And you'll see it's in stereo. So here's my level meter. And your level meter is showing you the peak RMS, the peak and RMS, true peak, and true peak of RMS. All you're really going to need to worry about here is your peak and your RMS. And I can switch back and forth between those. So now you have to go to this line right here. And that is showing you what the decibel level is at. So right now it's at negative 12, and I want it to be negative 14. So I'm going to move it to the left, which is up. You'll see the numbers going up to the left this way. So I'm going to go to negative 14 right here, which usually is a lot easier to get to. There it is. So negative 14 right there. So there's that. So then now you have your level meter set. So now if you go to your limiter, right underneath, and I'm just going in order, and I think theoretically usually it's the limiter and then the level meter, but it doesn't really matter as long as that's the order that is in. But your level meter is gonna, or sorry, your limiter is gonna show you your gain. So this is your gain, your release, output level, look ahead. You may not actually change the gain, but basically, if you increase this, the more you increase this, the more you're going to get into the red when the mix actually plays as well. But you want to just keep it down there for now to start out. So that's going to be those settings. So those are just your kind of commercial level settings that you're going to need to set. I would do that as soon as you open a project, before you even start working, before you even, basically as soon as you have a track inserted. So you'll see I have my track inserted here. As soon as I have this guy inserted without doing any other editing, I will set this, because once you get kind of just wrapped up into your project and what you're working on, it can be really easy to forget. I know for someone like me, it's definitely hard to remember, because once I actually work on my project, I'm so wrapped up in what I'm doing. So it's really a good idea to set the level meter limiter as soon as you have a project open, so you don't have to do it later. So there's that. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to show you is your little kind of fades, like your volume levels here and your panning. So zooming in again, so your panning is right here, and this, basically what this is it will create the side of when you're hearing a track from what side it's coming from. So if you pan to the left, it's going to be coming out of your left ear. You pan to the right, it's going to be coming out of your right ear. So there's that. Now you have the volume levels right here. This can be super useful for doing things that automation can do, which I'll get into automation in a second. but basically just turning the volume of individual tracks up and down. And then of course you also have your levels here. Zooming out, you have your levels right here for, like, once again, the track. So there's two different ways of changing the level of an individual track. Either I can go to here, or I can go down here. Or you have, of course, your stereo out, which you can also move up and down. And you turn your stereo out down, it's gonna turn the entire mix down. You turn this down, it's gonna turn an individual track down. So there's that. So now for automation. So next, little keyboard shortcut here. So I showed you X for the mixer. Next, you're gonna hit the A key, and the A key is gonna be your key for automation. Basically what automation is turning the level of a mix up and down. So you can turn it up and down really easily. And then this can be useful when creating dynamics in a mix, or creating things like fades and stuff like that. So you're gonna hit your A, which I just showed you where that is, and now you have this little thing here on your track. So you'll see that I hit the A, and now my track looks like this. Zooming in again. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna find the automation line, and it's kind of hinting to it, but I'm just gonna click kind of right there. So basically anywhere on the track. And it's going to give me my line right here. So if I want to automate this track, what I'm going to have to do is click on the line, and it's going to show me a point. It's going to give me a point. So you'll see right here, I clicked on the line, it gives me a point. Now you can drag down this right here. You can drag it all the way down. And now it's at the bottom, which means that this track went from being loud to being quiet. Now if I want to bring this back up, I have to click next to this point down here. And you have to click twice to get another line that's attached. And then you can drag it back up. And if I want to bring it back to the level it was at, I just kind of have to eyeball it, looking at where that other point is. And the numbers are super helpful. It says -5.2. So I would bring it, 5.4 is fine. That's about the same levels, maybe a little bit louder. But anyway, so that's that. So you'll see now, though, that the way that I did this, these automation levels are kind of similar. If I want to create a more drastic automation shift, all I have to do is click again. And then instead of creating a slope with the line, I'm just going to go straight down. So it's going to be like an actual cliff. So if I'm going to do that, I'm going to have to click this again. And then I go here, and you'll see this now looks like an actual cliff that's just going down. Instead of before, it was more of a slope. So now this means that it goes from being really loud to being really soft. So now, if I want to do the same thing, bringing the volume back up, I have to do the same thing again. So click the points there. And once again, I have to click 2 points, because it's basically like connecting the dots. So you have to click 2 points for it to create a line that you can attach and stuff. So I'm going to hit 2 points, and then you're going to go directly up again, and you just have to play around with it until the line's going straight up like that. So you'll see it's going straight up like this. So now I have kind of 2 examples for you. I have one example where you have 2 slopes going down, kind of gradually getting quieter and gradually getting louder, and then you have a slope that immediately gets quieter and immediately gets louder. So to give you an example, I'm just going to play this right now so you can hear what it sounds like. And another thing I want to say, because I'm actually feeling it right now, is when you are working on a project, it's really important to hit save kind of as you're working. The save key is going to be Command S. So when you hit Command S, that's going to be a really easy way for you to save automatically. So you don't have to, once again, you don't have to remember afterwards, because when you're working, then you are just so wrapped up in what you're doing, it can be easy to forget. So once again, you want to hit save as soon as you have anything going that you want to save, you hit save, and just kind of do it gradually as you're working. That can be the easiest way, so that at the end you don't have to remember to save everything at once. At the end, when you hit save, it's gonna show you how to file save as, and I'll show you that at the end of the video, because I'm kind of doing this kind of in the order of a workflow, but just please remember to save as you're going. Command S will be your friend. So I'm going to play you this as an example of what this sounds like. So once again, we have two slopes, kind of gradually getting quieter, gradually getting louder, and then immediately getting quieter and immediately getting louder. So here we go.
To pray, we want to all be safe. I want to call
and then it stays like that. So once again, I'm going to play it one more time. And I'm keeping it on the automation levels so you can see. I'm just going to zoom that in again so you can see. So one more time.
To pray, we want to all be safe. I want to call.
And then it stays like that. So you'll hear, it sounds kind of cool like that. I probably would never do that in this part of the song if I was actually mixing this for real. But I was just using this as an example to show you how what the automation can do. So now, if I want to get this track to be super, super loud, if I want to basically turn the volume all the way up, all you have to do is click on the point. So basically click on where the line connects and then drag it all the way up. And I'm going to zoom out again so you can see. So now I dragged it all the way up. If you want to do this with the beginning of the track, same thing. Click on where the point is, drag it all the way up, and then I can just bring all this up a little bit so it kind of evens out with the other volume of the track. And a lot of this is really just kind of playing around with it, seeing what works. But I now have the volume of the track all the way up, so let's hear what that sounds like. So you can tell it's all the way because it's to the line, it's to the end of the wavelength here. So I'm going to play it one more time.
I want to call out to pray. We want to all be safe. I want to.
So that's what that sounds like. So one more time.
I want to call out to pray. We want to all be safe. I want to.
And then it does that. And just real quick, this is my song Pray. You guys can check this out on streaming. I just re-released it everywhere on all platforms. One of my newest singles. So please check it out. Support me as an artist. Anyway, I just wanted to plug myself there a little bit. But anyway, that's what this sounds like. So one more time. So
I want to call out to pray. We want to all be safe. I want to call out to pray.
And then it sounds like that. So that is a little bit of kind of a crash course in automation. If you guys want to know more about automation, please feel free to comment below and I can give you guys more kind of in-depth instructions on automation. But that's basically all I do when I automate. It's a lot of eyeballing, a lot of just kind of spitballing around, seeing what works. But it's really about creating an image, and you're creating that image, and then the image is kind of what causes the sound to go up and down. So there's that. Okay, so now I'm going to show you guys how to add another track. So you'll see that here I created another track. Basically, all I'm doing is hitting the plus right here. And then you have your different options. You're always going to be on audio for a project. And then you're going to hit create. So I already did that. So that's what it looks like. If I want to do it again, it's going to look like this. So I hit create. And then it's going to give me a third track. For the sake of simplicity, I'm just going to delete that track. But that's how you create a new track. If I want to add a track into that now, so now I have kind of a free space to add a track. I'm just going to add another track right here. This is my song, See Your Face, which is also out on streaming. You guys should check it out. So now I have two different tracks right here. And I'm just going to give you guys an example. So once again, so you would never, these are two completely different songs that don't work together. But I'm just kind of, using them as an example right now, just to show you the logistics of Logic. But anyway, I'm just going to pan one on the far left and one on the far right, so you guys can kind of hear what that sounds like. So I'm going to pan Pray on the left, and I'm going to pan See Your Face on the right. And, keep in mind, panning is obviously if you have headphones. If you don't have headphones, you're not going to hear that difference as strongly. But, yeah, panning is for when you have headphones. You are really going to hear that distinct difference one side versus the other side. So I'm just going to play them together so you can hear what one would sound like and what the other would sound like. And if you have headphones and you're watching this, please turn them on now. So use your headphones for this part.
Pray. We want to be safe. I want to call out to pray. We want to all be safe. Yeah.
So I'm sure you heard that. I'm going to play it one more time. Once again, if you have headphones, listen.
Safe. I wanna call out to pray. We wanna all be safe. Yeah.
Okay, so now one more time with I'm gonna turn the automation that I used off so you guys can hear it just like that. So if I'm turning automation off, once again I'm just spitballing and it's just going to go back to that straight line that I created, which you usually, in order to simplify, actually, oftentimes what I'll do is just delete the track. I'm going to move this up here, and then in order to, you can change the order of tracks if you want by just dragging them down like that. So I have Pray up here, I'm going to do that, and then I'm just going to add another See Your Face track, doesn't matter. Now I have the same track twice, basically. I'm going to add another track down here, so now it's back to this. And let's just hear it one more time. So we have one See Your Face on the left and the other See Your Face on the right. Now we have the same song. It's a little easier to hear. But yeah, if you have headphones, listen to how they're coming from two different places. So hopefully you heard that. Basically panning, so that once again, that was far left, far right. Panning, it can also be kind of slightly left, slightly right. You can always play around with this, but basically, the closer you have it to the middle, the closer it's going to sound to the middle. The closer you have it to kind of far away from the middle, the closer it's going to be kind of further away from the middle. Okay, so you also have Command T, which is for splitting tracks. So going back to your keyboard here, Command T is going to be your friend. So you're going to have Command T. I'm going to do this. It's going to be Command and T. And then you'll see that my track is actually split. And then what you can do with this is you can move it around to the bottom. You can create all the way at the bottom if you want to have like one in between. You can do whatever you want, but basically now it's split, kind of made two different tracks out of this part of the song. So like you can overlap it. I'm gonna give you guys an example of what this sounds like. So right, so that overlapped, or you can do this where it kind of starts individually. So it stopped, and then keeps going. So, once again, I mean, I'm just kind of giving you guys an example of this just for logistical purposes. But yeah, that's Command T. Last but not least, I want to show you guys how to file save as. So you're going to go to your file, and then you have your save as right here. I'm going to zoom into this puppy. It's going to be save as right here. And then you can put in whatever project name you want. So right now it's at Untitled 1. I'm going to call it Fallstar 8, just for the sake of having this have a title. So Fallstar 8, and then you have your little place to save it, and I always have my personal school projects going on. So I'm just going to hit that for the sake of this right now, or Fallstar 5, whatever. And just going to hit save, and then it should be saved. And then if you want to confirm, if you go into your project right here, it should be right there. And then you can open it again, and then it's going to open. And yeah, that, I think, is all the things. What's up, guys? It's RicoR. Really hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Please check me out on streaming, SoundCloud, Bandcamp, YouTube, Spotify, iTunes, Apple Music, you name it. I'm out there. Check out my songs. Give me a like and a subscription. And if you have any questions, comment down below, and I'll see you guys soon. Take care.